Okay, hi. We're having some technical difficulties, but we can start. First of all, I would like to say that before the pandemic, technology and me were complete and utter enemies. I don't know why that was, but I didn't even have a cell phone. I didn't know how to use Instagram. I didn't know how to post online, and I didn't care about it. And then the pandemic happened. And suddenly, 3 years from now, I'm teaching people how to use Zoom platform, and it's unbelievable because I don't understand how it happened. So this is my journey. I connected with different artists, some of whom from organizations like Evrocaz, they're dealing with technology for decades. So I learned a lot, and especially from Cliff, who is also doing a presentation, and from visual artists such as Vitor Drinkovic. He's doing a 3D mapping of the places. We did a play together. I will show you the picture. And he told me, okay, we will come into the bus station in Zagreb. I will take the map of the station and we will project it on the stage. It will be great. I had no idea what he was talking about. But it was an amazing thing. So my journey with Zoom, I will try to be like short but interesting. So this is what happened with my journey with Zoom. When the pandemic hit, I was working as a drama teacher. I had 10 drama groups. And when pandemic started, suddenly I had nothing. No drama group, no, my kids were isolated and I had nothing. For 2 months, all I did was cook and walk, and cook and walk, and did nothing. Then after 2 months, I started to panic. And I thought to myself, okay, you have to adapt or you have to disappear professionally. So I decided to adapt. My adaptation started with the Zoom platform. I learned how to use it, and I tried to implement all my educational tools I did with my kids onto the Zoom media. And what I realized is that it works. I can almost do all my exercise with kids that I do in live space. I can do it by Zoom, and it's interesting. So my first professional project was I know how you're feeling. Ili znam kako ti je. The project was actually a hybrid film and a Zoom play. And hybrid because we filmed the plot line with a camera. And we did the performance. The story is about two friends from high school who meet each other at a Zoom platform during the pandemic. And the program that we filmed was actually their flashback. And it was a live performance. The actresses were in their own spaces connected by Zoom, and we had the audience. Audience entered the Zoom platform, and it was a live performance. It had its difficulties. It was my way of learning, but this project was the first one. After this, I did Tired Stories with Evrocaz. And Marko Milovac from Evrocaz and I tried to combine two sets of actors. One set is on stage, but performing a story that took place in the 19th century. And the Zoom actors are contemporary. And the point was that the Zoom is following and watching them on stage, but they don't know. And at the end of the play, they actually look up and they see that their Zoom counterparts are actually looking at them the entire time. So it was like history meets technology. This is also from the play, and the guys from the Zoom, they're actually at their own homes and spaces. My next project that I am proud of was an educational project for schools. It's called The Character is Online, Ask Him Anything. So basically the point is that we had two characters. We had Raskolnikov from Crime and Punishment, and we had Ophelia from Hamlet. which were portrayed by the actors Denis Bosak and Katarina Šestić. They were online in the security of their home. And schools, students from schools, they connected by Zoom platform, and they got to ask the characters anything, whatever they wanted. And Katarina and Denis would answer their question within their characters. And it was amazing. They asked so many intelligent questions. What is the relationship with Hamlet? Do you love him? Do you hate your father? It was an amazing experience, and especially with Raskolnikov. Are you guilty? Are you not guilty? What do you feel? And when I talked with the actors later, they told me, oh my God, I was trying to be in the character, but I was totally, I mean, it was a real interview, and the kids were very smart. They asked really intelligent question. And we did with Ophelia, what we did, we put her in a contemporary mode. So we tried to connect her to the audience. So after the character is online, ask him anything, I tried to do a hybrid, which is a Little Red Riding Hood forum. It is also for kids, but the point is that you have a presenter who is on the Zoom platform. You can connect virtually, and this pre-recorded video actually show different scenarios in which Little Red Riding Hood can go through her life, especially the part where she meets the wolf. So basically, the audience can decide which video to watch, and the presenter is on Zoom. I thought it's going to be a disaster, because I have a video, I have a share screen, and you know the problem with Zoom is that when you do a share screen, the image and the sound are not connected. And it could have been a total disaster, but it didn't, because the schools we were in had an amazing internet connection. And for some reason, everything went smoothly, and kids responded. So it was a shock. And my latest project, which I did with Andrej Palatny and with Marko Milovac, took place 2 days ago at Youth Center Rivnjak. We did Ukrainian war diaries, and Marko Milovac helped me with the 3D mapping. We tried to work with actors who have never acted within the Zoom space. They don't know how to use Zoom. I taught them everything. I even renamed them. They didn't know anything. And the point of the workshop was to explore whether or not they feel more comfortable acting in front of the Zoom with just one camera and they're alone, there's no audience. And what happens to them when they come on the stage and they see live audience. After this, we had a discussion. And what actors told me is, first, they thought that acting only on Zoom is impossible, and because you're eliminating the live performer, and emotions cannot go through this media technology space. But what happened to them during the rehearsals, they actually told me that they felt secure, they felt good, they felt like they could act, they could be emotional. And when they came on stage and when they saw the audience, they felt, well, different, vulnerable. They felt, which is interesting, because those are actors who never performed on Zoom. They're actors who expose themselves day by day. But this moment where they were secure with the camera, and then when they came and saw the audience in front of them, that switch between media made them more vulnerable. And that was interesting as a part of our research. So as a conclusion to my Zoom journey, as someone who is not a technology wizard or expert, it's not about how many of us. I'm from the independent sector. I know some of you are too. It doesn't matter how many of us used the technology before or plan to use it again, but I think that it's necessary, because we can use digital media, especially Zoom platform, to enhance and enrich our play. And not enough artists, especially within the independent sector, not enough artists use technology in their field of research, and it's such an interesting place. So these are my experiences with Zoom, and thank you for allowing me to share it with you.